Alright, gang, Wargame Minis here, and we are going to talk a little bit about Clash of Steel and list building. So I have an event coming up in November, on November 22nd. It's Thanksgiving, and we'll be doing a Clash of Steel Battle for Hungary campaign and tournament. So I just want to take some time and talk a little bit about Clash of Steel and also talk about list building in Clash of Steel. So let's get into this. Alright, so Clash of Steel is a tanks-only game produced by Gale Force 9, which is a subsidiary of Battlefront Miniatures. A lot of the game plays very similar to Flames of War. As you're going to see coming up in the video, I've included a quick reference sheet, and you'll see that a lot of it looks very similar to Flames of War. So the rules for Clash of Steel are pretty much identical to Flames of War rules. There's only a couple of differences, but movement orders work the same way. Shooting works the same way. How you add up the modifiers to shoot, all of that, it all works the same way as Flames of War. And as you can see, I included the quick reference sheet in this video just so y'all could see exactly what's what in this game. And also, it's all available online. Gale Force 9 has put the rule book online. You can go download it right now. I'll include that in the links down below. But you can find all of this stuff. You can find the nation books and you can find the rule book, and you can start looking at the rules and see that it's very similar. With that, let's go ahead and take a look at what is required to build a force in Clash of Steel. And looking at the rule book, you can see that you have to take a headquarters and then 2 to 6 core units, and you have the option of taking up to 2 support units. One of the cool things about Clash of Steel is that the units that you can select are already present in Flames of War Late War, and more so in Flames of War Late War Leviathans. The miniatures from both game systems are compatible, whether you're playing Flames of War or Clash of Steel. If you play Flames of War Late War, you more than likely already have units that you can use to help round out your force in Clash of Steel. Like if you got some of those super heavy paper panzers and then added in Tiger 1s, 2s, and Panthers that can round out your force, and you're playing Clash of Steel. Alright, so let's take a look at an American force I built, a sample force that I built for this video. It is a total of 95 points. So that includes all the units and the 2 commander's abilities that you're allowed to take as part of your force. Alright, so first we have the headquarters platoon, which is made up of 2 T-29 tanks for 18 points. Alright, so next we have a 2-vehicle T-28 assault gun platoon for 16 points. The assault gun platoon is followed by a 3-vehicle T-29 platoon for 27 points. After that, we have a 5-vehicle T-26 E4 Super Pershing platoon for 24 points. So last but not least, I've included a 2-vehicle M18 Hellcat platoon for 3 points. It's in one of the support slots, and an important thing to remember about support units is they don't count toward your core units for formation morale. All right, so all of my units total up to 88 points, which leaves me room to include some commander's abilities. So the commander's abilities are very cool. Some of them apply only to your commander and help improve his weapons characteristics, whether it's range or armor penetration, etc. Some of them can benefit units that are within proximity of the commander, and some of them apply to the entire force. So at 88 points, I've decided to include Route March, which is 2 points, bumping me up to 90, and Teamwork, which is 5 points, bumping my force point total up to 95 points. So another thing I wanted to talk about before closing was how support choices work in conjunction with the other releases for Clash of Steel. Clash of Steel currently has 2 releases. The first one being Operation Unthinkable, which is kind of an alternate timeline where World War II ends in 1944, and the other one being War of Unification, which is set during the Hungarian Revolution in 1956. So if you look at the support choices for a War of Unification force, it says down there that you can take a core unit from Operation Unthinkable as a support choice. If you look at an Operation Unthinkable force and you look at the support choices, it says that you can take a War of Unification core unit as a support choice. So this allows players to take units from across the releases, and all of the units are compatible together to play across all the releases. So it's really kind of interesting to be able to do that. So it's almost like if you have a War of Unification force, they're taking some older equipment. And then if you have an Operation Unthinkable force, it's like they're taking some newer equipment that hasn't necessarily been fielded completely yet. So it's really kind of helpful, let you take some powerful units as a support choice. Or round out your force with maybe some slightly cheaper older equipment. So it's a pretty cool list building option that you have. All right, so that wraps it up for this video. I hope that y'all enjoyed it, and I hope that y'all might have learned a little bit more about Clash of Steel. So some of the guys at the shop that I go to did not realize that Clash of Steel is a lot like Flames of War. And honestly, if you played Flames of War, you should have no problem picking up Clash of Steel and being able to just start playing immediately. I mean, pretty much everything is the same. There's very few differences. But it is really unique in the way the mechanics work for objectives and scoring, and it's really cool. So I hope y'all get an opportunity to get out there and play some Clash of Steel because it's a lot of fun.